Broadcasting from a dark hole somewhere in Cincinnati with everyone's favorite nobodies, Rick, Twan, Luke, and Tyler. Grab a beer and mute your damn TV. It's time for Cooking with Food.
Cooking with Food, back again.
How's it going?
Another fun-filled
Chapter
hour.
7.
Yeah. Amy, say hi.
Hi.
Amy's in the house.
Here's Amy.
Sitting in for our
Yeah,
roving reporter, Luke.
Guess who isn't here?
Who might come back someday with many tales of adventure from his long absenced hiatus from Cooking with Food.
Who knows?
Almost sounded smart there for a minute.
Yeah, you were getting close.
Yeah. I was having trouble with it though.
Words are hard.
Yeah, they're really hard. So, hopefully words won't be too hard tonight. Yeah, because that would suck. So anyway, anybody seen Luke? Anybody talking to
Where
Luke?
is Luke?
I haven't heard from him, honestly,
The saga continues.
since we called him last week.
Jeez. Luke, man. Where are you, bro?
We're worried, bro. Call home.
If anybody's seen Luke,
The porch,
there's any information
the street lights turned on hours ago. You were
Whereabouts?
supposed to be home.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been getting all this fan mail for Luke. Just everybody's begging him to come back.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we should even read him on the air or just keep him private, but
I feel like at this point he's earned a couple of them
I feel like maybe he's listening somewhere and
on a little ham radio.
yeah, in his cave, lost in the Poconos.
It's like an episode of Gilligan's Island.
Jeez.
He's just stuck.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to like fix the radio, and you can hear like a couple things here and there.
Found a running Jeep, but there's no wheels. So he's fashioned a clothes washer. I don't know what you can do out of a motor. Prepper 101. Always have clean clothes. So, anyway. Yeah, see, it's just not the same without Luke, so we brought Amy in to give us a boost of talkativeness.
We will be taking applications though.
Yes.
For-
yeah.
Are we taking applications or are we doing tryouts?
We're gonna do auditions. We want you to
Oh,
send
yeah.
us
Same thing.
a 30-second video of your best podcast, and we will
Yeah.
your
Well-
podcast personality.
We can.
And then you should hold one of your episodes where you bring them all in and have them, one
Ooh,
at a
the
time.
finalists.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like The Bachelorette, but for
We just let
podcasts.
all of them
That's
go.
what they do on this wrestling podcast I listen to every May.
Yeah.
They have a thing called Cinco de Hosto. And they have like a contest leading up to it. And each episode in May, they have a special guest host.
Like an audition.
I think
Well, they don't do an audition. They just do like somebody. They'll like send in emails or something, and they'll like randomly draw one.
I think that when we go through the hundreds and hundreds of videos we're gonna receive,
Hundreds.
we should narrow it down to 4.
That would be
and have-
impossible.
If we can find a way, but we narrow it down to 4, and then during a podcast we let the 4 of them go for a segment, and then for the last segment of that episode, we would decide the new winner.
So what are we looking for? Are we looking for some? We're looking for somebody.
Luke 2.0.
We're looking for somebody fresh and hip, but with some rural appeal, like our friend Luke has.
Well, I don't know if he's fresh and hip, but
It's a hard word.
I'm not sure any.
Rural.
I'm not sure any of those are Luke.
I mean,
It's been so long
we
since
need
we've
a
seen
funny
him.
redneck.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, funny redneck.
who
But no.
doesn't get too political.
Yeah, it can be anything. Just send us your 30-second video of why you should be our new host, in case Luke never shows back up. But we think he will. We're holding the faith that he's gonna make it.
Some of us are, not all of us. Some have given up hope.
Ah, Rook. So, anyway, I could really use a good butthead impersonation right now,
That'd be great.
and we miss you, Luke.
Amy, do your best butthead impersonation.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening.
Come on,
No.
just be like,
Come on, Amy.
go to butthead. That sounded like a Barry White, a Barry. Oh my God, what the hell?
Oh no.
Barry White butthead, butthead White. Go to butthead. Oh my God, we've got nothing without Luke.
Off the rails.
But actually, if you think about it, he
Why are
does
we
that
doing
hurt
podcasts?
so well with the little laugh thing. It kind of makes me
Yeah.
think that he's a little creeper.
He might have been the real butthead at some
Or
time.
Luke.
Luke being a
Both?
creeper. Yeah, but we know
Yeah.
we know they're creepers. But he just has the laugh down so good that, yeah, I could picture him like peeking in a chick's window.
So how's the Tinder thing going? Have we got any more hits on it?
Tenders in a while.
Got a few matches on there for him. I don't even know if he's listened to the most recent episodes,
I mean,
so I'm not sure he knows.
well, after the debacle last week with Kayla from where was she from?
Franklin.
Franklin. Man, driving all the way out here and no Luke. So we're gonna keep the hook in the water and see what we can catch. But we need to do that too, and we need to contact these ladies and let them know what they're in store for. But now we have to say, like, he may or may not be there to meet you, but come in and we'll embarrass yourself on your podcast. So anyway, what's everybody up to?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Basically.
Twan,
I'm just.
how was your Mother's Day?
Oh, it was good. I
Yeah.
was just sorting through the fan mail here. I was trying to find one to read, but they're all kind of inappropriate.
Yeah. You didn't find any appropriate fan mail
Inappropriate in what way?
for Luke? Like, were they all just going crazy, like trying to tell him to send him his boxers and shit, or was it like
No, a lot of them are.
they don't like him?
They're mad.
They're mad because he's not here.
Yeah. Okay, here's one.
Who's
Dear Luke, hello. I am a
sometimes.
John. Dude, he did that earlier.
Just wait
When
for
we
your
were outside
time,
smoking
John.
a cigarette
John
at work,
Legend,
and
man.
John started talking.
This is our 15 minutes of fame, and John Legend just needs to bump in at the 5-minute mark.
He did say one is enough sometimes. Anyway, dear Luke.
Dear Luke, hello. I am a 10-year-old boy from Lafayette, Louisiana. I am a very big fan of yours. I wanted to write you a letter with my awesome pencil, but my mom said it's better to be typed. I'm telling my mom what to type instead.
Good kid.
I hope that you and your family are doing good. It's been really hot these days, and I think it's better if we all stayed inside. I feel like Mike wrote this.
I mean, man, a 10-year-old though. That's not
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I want to wish you the best of luck in your new job. I know that you will be the best. You are the best on the podcast also. I hope that when you read my letter, it will make you happy and make you think about the podcast, and maybe you will come back. I'm sending a small card for you to sign and an envelope with my address for when you two send it back.
Oh my God! Don't send your address to Luke.
I hope you write
Bad
back,
idea.
but if not, it's okay. I'm just happy you get to read my letter. Sincerely, Adam Banks.
I don't get any fan mail.
Ugh.
Well, Adam, man, if you're
We're
listening-
trying.
Yeah, we're trying. Luke, come on, man. Listen to your fans. Come home.
Why is a 10-year-old boy from Lafayette, Louisiana listening to our podcast?
He's Luke's #1 fan.
I mean, you can't help the demographic. I mean, it's the internet.
Yeah, you get what you get.
It gets everybody out there. Man. Well, Luke is clearly having an effect on people, and the absence of Luke is clearly
He is
having
very
an effect
missed.
as well. So, we got to get him back. I think that should be our song choice today. Baby, come back. Anyway,
Podcast is gonna get taken down because that was too good.
you know what? I don't even care. We need Luke back. We're gonna risk it. So
We do this for
Copyright
you,
infringement?
Luke.
no, I guess not. FCC, if you're listening, is that who controls this? Yeah, whatever.
No clue.
So I guess we'll be back here in a minute, and we'll go into Tyler's top 5. And
Yay!
if you guys forget, it's pickup lines today, because I'm sure you guys watched that poll and the numbers just skyrocketed.
Now,
So.
wait a
And the
minute. Like,
poll
are
that was
these
definitely up.
Yep.
are these Tyler's top 5 pickup lines
Yes.
like that he likes to use, or
Oh, I
or
don't know.
he's just a fan of this pickup line?
Yeah, I think it's anything. Just hit what he finds to be the
Yeah.
best pickup lines. Maybe they could be pickup lines that were used on him. I don't know. But we'll find out when we come
Yeah.
back.
Like, hey,
See you in a minute.
Yacht Club.
We're back.
here we are.
Still here.
Hey.
Hopefully you guys are still here too. And Amy's still here.
Yep.
Still here. So, while we were gone there, we found out that Twan was going through some more of the fan mail and came across another one for our good buddy Luke. So, without further ado,
Dwoo. It's baby talk.
yes,
All right.
take it away, Tweezy.
I had to yawn first. Alright, dear Luke, my name is Casey and I'm 16 years old. I reside in Staten Island, New York, and I am a huge fan of yours. I have been a huge fan of yours ever since the first podcast aired, and I still love listening to it even though you are not there.
Well, I'm glad he likes to still listen.
Yeah.
I think it's a lady person.
Oh, a 16-year-old lady person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I first found out about the podcast just searching for new podcasts to listen to, since I've always been such a podcast fan.
They talk about podcasts a lot in these letters.
Absolutely.
Furthermore-
I wonder why.
I like how she says furthermore. Furthermore, your top 5 lists have inspired me. They make me laugh, cry, and it always encourages me to be the best that I can be. I love how your lists range from super fun party stuff, like the time you washed the car with your Wow.
Oh my god.
Was that a top 5?
No, but it was.
Oh, that
definitely
was
a
the
story.
most fun he's had.
Yeah,
live.
the most funny. Oh my god.
Where am I at?
Why are 16-year-olds listening to our 420 episodes?
Did the 10-year-old listen to it?
I don't know. They didn't say anything. I'm worried.
I really felt like I connected with you when you listed your favorite food places in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I felt like I connected too.
I gained a great deal of respect for you as a podcast host because of how you portrayed yourself.
Where is he coming from?
Wow. I also love your new hair. Did he get a new haircut?
See, is this somebody that's following him?
And very inspired by how confident you are in your new job. Wow.
Wait a minute.
You never seem to care what anyone else thinks, and that is such an admirable quality.
Wow.
Since I am such a huge fan,
These are great letters.
I would love if you could send me an autographed picture of you for me to hang in my room and adore every day. I would appreciate it more than words. Although I'd understand if you didn't respond, since
send him the
nobody
bib
can
picture.
seem to find you. However, if you would like to send one, I've included my address for you to send it.
Why do they always include their addresses?
They're minors sending their
Stop
addresses.
including your addresses.
Thank you
Oh
so
my God.
much for doing the podcast and reading my letter, and best of luck to you, even if you do not return to the podcast. I will still listen.
Good.
I know great things are ahead for those guys. Aw.
Shout out
Thank
to
you, Casey M. Jones. Wow.
We got some pretty smart fans. They're young, but they're smart.
Yeah, why are they so young? What's the deal there?
I don't know. Why do they like Luke so much?
I don't know.
Oh well.
Luke
I mean,
attracts
he's like
minors.
the Blue's Clues guy. You know, like
Just with less hair.
you know, he just appeals to a younger audience. You know, he is kind of our younger guys.
It is very concerning why minors are sending their address so just willy-nilly.
Well,
Yeah.
parents, you guys need to monitor that a little better, and we'll see if we can't get you an autograph of Luke.
I think it has to be the bib picture if we send
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Have him like sign the bib.
Sign the bib. Yep. There you go. Maybe he'll even throw in a bib.
Not signed.
I don't know. So, anyway, back to the show here. And
What's the deal with camping?
Thanks, Jerry Seinfeld.
My brother-in-law would say it's pretending to be homeless.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I used to sell vacation packages, and we worked together.
Propane accessories.
And he would tell people, "Why would you want to pretend to Why would you want to pretend to be homeless?" And like every once in a while, he'd get somebody that actually was a camper, like really enjoyed camping, and they'd be so offended they couldn't even like.
I
Didn't
can't
want to talk
believe
to him
it.
anymore.
Well, I never. Well, I guess if they were campers, they
There's not a lot of them
well,
running around.
they.
Yeah. The ones that are like, well, I never. They're not like they're in like a 100-foot RV.
Yeah, they're glamping.
In Yosemite somewhere. Oh my goodness. Yeah, glamping to the extreme. We have like an enormous tent, and it's like a little house, and people like come by like, dude, you got the Cadillac of tents. And I'm like, yeah,
The
but it
Cadillac of
still gets
tents.
smashed by a tree the same way as that little pup tent over there. So, I
I
don't
don't
know.
think I've ever heard anyone describe a tent as the Cadillac of tents.
I know, it was the first time I'd heard that.
It's like, whoa.
It was actually a Ranger. He was driving around, and he was like, oh, you got the Cadillac of tents. I was like, yeah, the next step is...
You'd imagine
RV.
that he sees a lot of tents. So
Exactly.
Yes.
That's- I was
he'd
like,
be the
wow.
expert on that, besides a tent salesman.
Either he's complimenting our choice of tents, or he was just strange. But whatever.
It was actually just some crazy homeless dude that killed a ranger.
Just driving around in his truck.
Wow, that's the Cadillac of tents.
We actually had one time we were camping. We had we were right by the path, like a cut through pathway, and so like all night you had kids walking back and forth from like the fishing area and whatever,
The
parents. whatever.
fishing hole.
Yeah, well,
Fishing hole.
yeah. So it was a big lake. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but
Say the name. Do it.
Winton Woods. Don't sue me.
Great. Now people are gonna
So,
know where we
Who's gonna
live.
sue you? Winton
So,
Woods?
I don't know. Maybe I'm about to give him a bad
The
name.
case of Winton
But-
Woods against Rick?
All of our child fans, send your mail to Winton Woods.
Campground. No, but anyway, we were right next to this little spot, and we were glamping, dude. My buddies were there. They had a spot across the way, and he had brought his big LED screen. We had it up against the side of the truck. Had like a table there set up with it, and had the PlayStation, and we were playing some racing game. And all these kids that are like walking past are like just bugging because they're like forced to go all weekend. Some of them all week with no video games.
I used to hate that.
Oh, and they're just watching us over here like woo, having a ball. Well, anyway, later that night, the place right across the path there was another camping spot, and nobody had showed up, but there was a thing saying that somebody had paid for one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I don't know, it was dark. I don't know what time it was, but this guy shows up on a bike and just posts up.
It was two of them.
Well, I know. At first it was just the one. And then it was like 10 minutes later, this other guy comes riding up on a bike. And both of them post up. And these are like, they're like redneck looking, and they're just posted up on these bikes. Bust out a tent. Like, didn't they have a tent? They did have a tent.
No.
But they couldn't get their fire going.
I don't think they had a
I
tent.
Couldn't
feel like
get
they
their
did.
fire
But
going.
they couldn't get their fire going. It was wet as hell. It was raining. And I had these cheat sticks I make, with or my wife makes with the dryer lint and candle wax. And so I gave them one of those, and they got their fire going. Those things are unbelievable, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. If anybody is ever trying to make something to like for camping and whatever else, dryer lint and candle wax inside of a toilet paper roll, and then things are amazing for starting fires. For camping fires. Don't go.
Arson fires are a whole nother
Don't
thing.
do that. So.
In order to start a good arson fire.
Yeah. So speaking of making things hot, Tyler, how about that top
Jesus
five this
fucking
week?
Christ.
Top 5 pickup lines.
That was bad.
for Tyler.
That was bad.
Shout out to Kayla for suggesting that. And
Kayla from Franklin.
Kayla from Franklin.
I wonder what she's doing right now.
Probably crying over Luke.
I'd assume so.
Writing a fan mail letter.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I think this was going to be more hate mail.
So, anyway, go ahead, Tyler. Top 5.
All right.
Top 5.
See, we needed Luke there. He would have tied it all together. Okay. So.
Who even invited you, Tyler?
So. This is a weird top 5 for me. Because I don't use pickup lines. I'm just naturally charismatic and...
So you just go up and like bat your eyelashes and they're like, oh, Tyler.
Basically. I mean, it's kind of what I do.
Alright, well.
So, these are just 5 random ones I found. Okay.
Wait. These are just 5 random ones you found, or 5 that you have tried? You just finished saying you don't try them. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't go for
5 that I found that if I did use pickup lines, I would totally
Gotcha.
use.
Okay. Here we go.
I would absolutely use these.
Tyler's top 5 pickup lines.
Number 5. Is your name Wi-Fi? Because I'm really feeling a connection.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty good one, huh?
I feel like you would be buffering alone.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay. See, that one would go along. That would go very well for me.
Especially if you were in like a computer geek bar.
This one kind of piggybacks off that.
Okay, alright. Yeah. In case that doesn't work.
Number 4. Girl, if you...
Good one.
You lost me already. Girl.
Girl.
Hold on, you gotta say it like Boys to Men. Girl.
No, that's all you.
I still think about that day you left, baby.
If you were words on a page, you'd be fine print.
See, that would have been great in a Barry White voice. Alright, number 3.
Okay, number 3. If I had 4 quarters to give to the 4 prettiest girls on the world, you would have $1.
Aww.
She would come back like, are you saying I'm schizophrenic?
So you're saying I'm crazy?
How many of their are? How many of their? Oh my God, I can't even say it. How many of them are there, Tyler?
Okay. Number 2.
Number 2.
You're so beautiful that you made me forget my pickup line.
Oh, that's cheesy as hell. It might work though. It might work.
Depending on the situation.
You know, a lot of these are good because you can, if you say them right, you can kind of play them off as I'm really trying to be lame, to be funny.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then you get them laughing, and chicks dig laughing, and you know. So anyway.
But as previously stated, I don't need that.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Okay.
Number 1.
Do you have a tan, or do you always look this hot?
Oh, that's a great one.
My top 5. The best around.
I feel like there could have been a better number 1. Oh,
Number 1.
man.
That was bad.
Do I always crash and burn this bad, or am I just that hot?
Alright, so who's doing the next top 5?
I don't know. Next top 5 is...
We changed our seating rotation, so it's a little... I think it's you, Rick.
Alright, I'll do next top 5. What's my next top 5 choices?
Amy decides one, Twan decides one.
Are you going to let my wife decide on them?
In the meantime, maybe you can edit this into the YouTube video. Here's a picture of a mash of Sonic the Hedgehog and Garfield.
What? Why? Garfield the Hedgehog?
Garfield the Hedgehog. And as you can see, he's saying why, just like you did when you first saw it. And then a crude drawing of it.
Why? Why again?
I hope you can edit those into the YouTube video.
Oh my God.
Did you know it's actually
Just
very...
because we're getting fan mail from children doesn't mean we need to do our podcast like it's for children.
Well, I feel like this will be a fun twist for anyone paying attention.
Alright, yeah, we'll see if they're actually watching the
Did you know that lasagna is actually very toxic for cats? Garfield should very well be dead.
Well, that's why he hates Mondays.
But he loves lasagna.
He's all bloated from the weekend of binging and purging on lasagna.
Because, I mean, I think it's the garlic in lasagna that's, like, cats are, like, deathly. Like, if they eat it, it'll kill them.
I feel like lasagna is not good for any animal except for people.
Well,
probably not good for us either, really.
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss.
Research, people, stop eating lasagna.
Unless you're a cat and you want to die.
How come there's no, like, lasagna restaurants besides, like, you know, Italian restaurants? Like, something that just specifically does lasagna.
I feel like we could probably open a place up like that.
Lasagnas.
Lasagna Shack.
What
Lasagna Hut.
Yeah, Lasagna Hut. That's where it is.
Lasagnas?
No, for his top 5.
Oh, his top 5.
Oh, yeah, top 5.
I think with Father's Day coming up, I would like to know what are the top 5 things that guys like to get for Father's Day.
Top 5 Father's
Lawnmower,
Day gifts.
lawnmower, lawnmower, lawnmower,
Yeah,
weed
weird.
whacker.
Alright, what's the other one? Who else is picking one?
Twan, you're picking it.
Top 5 favorite over-the-counter sunscreens.
Okay.
Is that a poke at my gingerness?
No, I'm just fucking around. That's not it.
I feel like that should be it.
What are your top 5 favorite video games of all time?
That's
Right.
a good question. Top 5 favorite video games of all time, or top 5 things that
You like
that fathers
Do
want
on
on Father's Day?
The poll will be up on our Facebook.
maybe.
Possibly.
Make the poll right now. We're not missing.
Okay. So, yeah, so we're going to
Check out our
take a
Facebook.
break.
But
And-
check out our Facebook.
Yeah, go check out our Facebook.
Facebook.com/us.
Basically.
Slash us. I think it's actually something different than that.
For the time being, that'll be it.
Like America's Facebook page. America.
You know, cooking with food. and on Facebook. And, find us there, and we'll be back.
Yeah.
Yuck Club.
So anyway, we're back.
Yuck Club.
What's your favorite sweet treats?
Are we actually gonna do sweet treats?
No.
Oh.
Everybody knows already.
Yeah. Well, we could do it again.
Have they changed?
Mine haven't, but
I haven't.
I honestly don't even remember what I
I
said.
really want some of that wedding cake we had last night.
That was good.
Like, I want like 4 slices of it.
Yeah, hey, for all y'all that probably don't know, the guy that handles our editing and whatnot, Chris is just got married. So big shout out to him.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, homie. Yeah.
Solid air horn.
She's a great woman too. Like they're a really good match. So.
And her dad makes bomb homemade ice cream.
Oh yeah, he does.
It was
Yeah, dude.
delicious.
It was.
I wanted more scoops.
It was probably
so
one of the
good.
best parts of the whole like spread was the ice cream at the end.
Have you ever made
Real
homemade
talk.
ice cream? Like
No, I've never seen it. Never,
When I was in-
it's good.
when I was in
Right.
grade school, we did a little science experiment where we made homemade ice cream. Mine sucked. It tasted like super salty, but I made an ice cream.
Yeah, you.
If it was anything like the stuff we had last night, dude, that would have been amazing because it was really
Yeah,
good.
salt's not supposed to go in the ice cream. It's supposed to get in the ice.
Is that how it works?
It's
I don't
like
know.
it's like 2 parts. You got your milk and your sugar, and then on the outside of it, in another container, you put your ice, salt, and water, and the salt reacts with it, makes it colder, and then you churn it. And as you churn it, the barrel it starts icing up.
Cooking with Amy. Today's episode ice cream.
Could be a new segment if she
Hey.
makes it into the final cast.
Yeah.
Doing it with dry
Are you
ice is
auditioning?
different.
Are you gonna audition?
I think I'm just gonna be a pop on.
Ah.
And pop on, pop
a
in.
recurring
Name your
character.
sex tape.
So, anyway, yes. So shout out to Chris and Aaron, and congratulations, guys. And by the way, that happened last week because we record in the past.
Yeah.
So
We record in the past.
yes. And Back to the Future.
Great movie.
Yeah. Hey, how about those time machines? Am I right? What?
Time machines. Am I?
Yeah.
What's
so.
the deal with time machines?
What's the deal? Wow.
I feel like Jerry Seinfeld would be a fun guest to have on.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You know who we could get on here?
Mayor Mark Mallory. I'm working on it.
Yeah, how's that going?
Exhausting all of his hookups.
Former mayor
Have
Mark
either
Mallory.
one of you made any attempt to reach out to either one of your
Have you,
assigned
besides the
stars?
possible email?
I sent emails to a couple people, but they weren't the people that I had discussed. I haven't been able to find Bill Murray's 800 number. Still looking. Somebody help me. I need Bill Murray's 800 number.
Please.
It's a thing.
Just go on the dark web. Someone's probably
I
got it
don't
up
know
there.
how to do that. I don't want nothing to do with the dark web. But if somebody else is on the dark web, Bill Murray's 800 number, please. Okay.
It's
Anyway.
probably going to be the 10-year-old from Lafayette.
Hey, Ricky, I'm having my mom type you this letter. Here's the 800 number you requested. Please have Luke send me an autographed picture. Anyway. So,
Imagine. That would be great.
Bill Murray. How can I get Bill Murray? You know who I can get in the meantime? And not saying, I mean, because this guy...
Rapper and internet extraordinaire Slim Jesus. He's from Cincinnati.
Let's do it. Let's
He's
get
from
Slim
Cincinnati.
Jesus on the podcast.
I think
Maybe
he's
he
like
can freestyle for us.
I think he's like Hamilton, but
We'll be like Sway. Shout out Sway. Nah, we'll be
Sway, come on the podcast.
like, yeah. Rick, Twan, and Tyler in the morning, freestyling. Anyway,
I think I might quit the podcast.
Glenn Childers.
We need some fucking
Glenn Childress, comedy, man. We get that man in here and we'll have him laugh. Is that what you're gonna say? We need some funny people.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we need some morning zoo sounds if we're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, we need like a full on soundboard.
Yeah.
Like you could use the.
No,
Tyler.
no, I'm not sure that's the one he's referring to, Rick. I believe what he is referring to
No, I don't want to hear it.
is.
Anyway.
Wait.
Right in the gosh darn pussy.
There we go.
I don't know where you got that.
My word.
Oh, man. So,
Have you heard about the movie coming out called LaQuisha?
What?
no, I haven't heard about
It's-
maybe LaQuisha.
Basically,
Have you
from-
seen, is there an advertisement for it?
yeah, there's like I've seen them all over Twitter. It's basically like dude is trying to get on a radio show, gets denied, pretends to be a black lady, like over the air, to get on a radio show to send his kids to a private school.
Wow. I feel like that crosses like it brings so many like social things that are happening all into one movie. That
It's-
kind of sounds like. You know what I mean? Like,
Not a lot of people are down for this movie.
do they like? Okay, so it's a guy,
Yeah,
a white guy,
yeah, white dude
and he's
pretending to be a black lady to get on a radio show
does
to
he
send
like,
his child to a private school.
does he do like blackface in it?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
I would feel like that would be like career suicide. You know,
Yeah, I don't.
really honestly.
Hang on, it's got to be somewhere. I'll find
Who's
it.
doing it? Like, who's the character? Who's the actor?
I don't know. Let me do some quick research. Oh, we could ask John Legend. This could be our.
Hey Google. Who stars in LaQuisha?
Here's what I found.
That's it? It doesn't say anything. These interwebs. I don't know how to use them. In my day,
Back in my day.
we just called the movie theater hotline and told us all the dates
Oh,
and times.
dang.
And then we walked there barefoot uphill both ways and we liked it. So, anyways, this is where Luke would say something clever. We'll just edit it in post. Luke, you're
Good
so
one,
funny.
Luke.
Oh man, that Luke. So anyway, moving on. What are we talking about, guys? It seems really kind of dead here tonight.
I don't know what to talk about.
You guys are shook from the loss of Luke, huh?
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, honestly.
It's like I think we have to dedicate this whole episode to Luke because we've pretty much just talked about Luke.
I think we should say everyone
to
should
move
go
on,
around
guys.
and say their favorite thing about Luke.
I think that's a good idea.
Maybe being nice to him will bring him back.
Remember when Luke was here and he was all drunk and saying funny stuff and yelling at Julie?
Doesn't really narrow it down. I feel like that happens a lot.
And then remember he came the one time and he wasn't drunk at all, but he was even funnier. And then the next time he came, he was like trashed again. Ah, Luke.
I miss the way he drinks his beers.
Yeah. I can almost see the stack of shiny Coors Lights.
Is there Coors Light?
I don't know.
He drinks all different kinds of
He
beers.
drinks whatever's in the fridge.
Amy, let's hear your favorite thing about Luke. I know you two are buddies.
Yeah. I think my favorite is when he gets really, really drunk and he goes and plays on the keyboard like he's like Kenny G or something.
Yeah, he gets
He does
Like
it
he
too.
really
he
like
has a song going on.
he doesn't
right?
just play it like he's feeling it.
He's
like-
probably like creating a song right there, and we don't hear it. It sounds crazy to us, but in his head, he's got like
He's like
the strings, the guitars going with the same. He's got the whole orchestra.
he's like
playing.
Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Don't know if any of you watch that
Oh,
show.
Yeah, that's great.
And then when he comes out of the room after he does it, he looks like he's wanting to bow. Like you ever notice like he smiles really hard and he's wanting to bow.
Well, you know, the way that's the way it is when you're like creating music. You know, you get in the zone and you want people to hear it, and when they have heard it, it makes you feel good. Music makes you feel good.
Yeah. All right, Twan, what's your favorite thing about Luke?
My favorite thing about Luke. I don't know. His bald head.
It's not all the way bald,
What?
and you stole mine.
That's your
His-
favorite thing?
The shininess of
He's
his
got
bald spot.
He's got strands up there, so.
The shininess of his
Okay.
bald spot. I can use it as like a mirror if I ever have to check on my hair.
Look, I will not stand by and let you guys make fun of my bald friend.
He's not bald. He's got a nice
I
comb
am
over
bald.
his
He's
one
bald.
eye.
He's balding.
We're both balding, and I appreciate his struggles.
Shout out to hair.
Yeah, if we could get a sponsorship from Rogaine.
They've
We'd all
got
be
this
happy.
the can of hair spray. Spray some hair on it.
Judging by
Spray
how
some hair on
how
it.
your hair and Luke's hair is going, I feel like Nair would be a more appropriate
I mean,
sponsor.
I've definitely rocked the shaved head for a long fucking time, but I just got like, I'm at a point in my life now where I'm like, I don't care if I have hair or not. I'm just gonna let it grow.
I think you should do it like honestly grow out
Like Hulk Hogan.
grow out a mohawk as long as you possibly can.
I can rock a mohawk still.
No, I'm
And
talking like
and I kind of look cool with one.
I'm talking like
you know,
like a punk rock, like super thin mohawk, and get it as like high up as you can.
like the whole I should do the Liberty spike.
Yeah,
Just I'd only be able to do like 3 spikes.
you should definitely do that. Just
Don't
come
into
into
one
encourage
spike.
that
Come-
behavior.
Should I just do the fucking unicorn, one
Yeah.
big spike in the front of my head?
show up to work with that one day.
Yeah.
That would be great.
The faux hawk, but because of the way I bald, it will just be a mohawk. So I can still pull the mohawk off.
What exactly is a faux hawk?
It's where you
Gay.
have hair on the top of your head. You don't shave it like you do a mohawk, but all the hair on your top of your head gets pushed into the middle like a mohawk, and that's a faux hawk. You know,
Yeah.
a fake mohawk.
Twan out here giving himself a faux hawk
you
now.
could rock you should definitely rock a faux hawk.
Should I?
You totally should. We need to get this going. You just get some gel. You gel it
Do a
up real
poll.
good.
Put a poll up.
Yeah, put a poll
A
up.
poll for whether or not Twan should rock a faux hawk.
Yes. Title it Faux Hawk or No Hawk.
Faux hawk or no hawk?
Yeah, do that.
Oh my god. We need a social media person.
Yeah, we do.
We are our own
Well, she
social
ran off
media
with
people.
Luke, so.
Damn it, Julie. Julie, come back!
If you could have one of them back, who would you choose, Julie or Luke?
Luke.
Twan?
Yeah, Luke.
Hey, shout out
Oh,
to
yeah,
our
yeah,
buddy,
so-
our buddy Beeve. Pretty funny. He just shouted us out on Facebook.
Dope.
Yeah.
Check him out. The Beeve is his name.
No, it's not. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, Chris just dropped the link on his page, so good looking out. Chris on top of it, man.
On his honeymoon and shit.
Yeah, he said, my friends do a podcast called Cooking with Food. I may or may not have had some input on the conspiracy topics. It should be comical, yet entirely truth-yielding. Oh shit, laugh out loud, I'm going to go check it out now. And then, of course, Chris put his post on there. So cool. We're all
Dope.
working together to change the world.
Yep. That's what we do.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Big ballers on
I've
this
said
court.
that word like 100 times tonight, guys. It's out of control. I need help.
What word?
I can't stop saying so anyways.
So anyways,
At least you don't say so anyways and all.
you have to say and all now.
No, I can't do it.
I feel like you have no choice.
And all.
The viewers demand it.
Oh my god. You guys ever get the things on Facebook where people are like they send you the invites to like things?
Yeah.
And like, people do it. Like, I always like them. If they're a friend
Yeah.
of mine invited me, I like almost every one of them. Because I assume they have something to do with it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why they want me to like it. So, and then I expect, when I send out the mass
Them
invite
do the same.
to all my friends, that I should have 2,000 freaking,
That would be
Likes.
ideal.
But I send out 2,000 invites and I get like 14 likes.
Yeah, that would be
I don't
ideal.
understand it. Like, all you gotta do is hit a button.
Maybe I should try that. I haven't even.
You should go on there, send out a mass invite, see how many people you can get. So far, we're doing all right, or numbers wise, but I hear numbers aren't important.
Numbers are
Social
very
media.
important.
I feel like they are, but then like if you listen to that Gary V guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, I think his name is, dude, that guy he's like my idol, dude, as far as just
Get him on the
way
podcast.
the way his success is incredible. If you ain't hip to it, you should look him up. Gary V on Instagram.
Hear that, listeners?
VEE. Man, dude, the guy is full of inspiration. He's a pretty good dude. So anyway,
He's a homie.
yeah, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll see if we can get this party jumping.
Yeah.
Yacht Club.
Back again.
Hey.
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 B.
That's not very good. Hey.
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 So anyway.
D. All of the above.
So it's been one of them kind of nights, lonely without Luke.
Rest in peace, maybe.
No, I've heard him. We've heard him on the phone. We know he's still alive.
Yeah, but that was last week.
Well,
It's
yeah.
been a week.
As of last week, Luke was still
So
alive. and kicking.
R.I.P.M. Rest in peace, maybe.
Yeah.
No, Amber called him. Remember? You met her.
Remember? Yeah, I remember.
I don't.
So anyway, you guys remember your very first Facebook post? Since
No.
we're talking about remember,
No. That was great though.
dude. Like my first Facebook post is something stupid that it's like, you know, where it says your name,
Mhm.
like Ricky Mitty, and then I put is taking a shower or whatever. It was something like that. It was like I was using my name as part of the sentence every time. Is tired.
Now you're a Facebook pro.
Yeah, now I'm like writing full paragraphs on like whatever. Why you should put pineapple on pizza.
Is there a way to go back and look at your first post?
I'm gonna try to scroll
you
through
can.
all my posts and see my
I
first
mean,
one.
your memories will pop
She's
up, and
gonna
every
be
once in a while I'll
bad.
get one from way back, and it says something goofy as hell, like, ugh, really tired.
This is gonna be bad.
I just delete those. Like, I don't
And
want
when
to
you-
see
and
those
when you read
again.
that from 9 years ago, you're like, damn, I'm
I'm still tired. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, man.
It's a lot of scrolling.
Yeah, man, yeah.
The memories sometimes really screw with me. Like I've gotten a strategy now. Like I get the memories, and when I get the memories, if it's something that I'm not into anymore, or if it's something that like where I was just bitching about something that day or whatever, I delete that shit so it doesn't pop up in my memory next year and piss me off again. You know what I mean? Like now I only keep the good shit. And also if somebody bothers to scroll back for freaking years on my page, they'll be like, you know, wow, this guy's always happy.
This is infuriating.
His life is wonderful.
I never post on Facebook, so everything on my page is literally just me tagged in shit.
Do you got any of those like Sunglass Hut ads where you know you've been hacked when they start tagging you and all that bullshit?
Not scrolling through my own feed,
That's
no,
good.
but
There's nothing worse than going to one of your friends' pages and like they've got like 17 Sunglass Hut, whatever they are. You know what I'm talking about? I know you've seen it.
big scroll.
Yeah.
Where it's got the little sunglasses on it. It's like a Facebook staple. It's as well known as the thumb.
Is Tom?
As Tom.
Oh, wait. No.
MySpace.
Yeah, that's MySpace.
I'm in June 2018 right now, so I'm making progress.
You don't post much at all.
No.
If I scrolled as much as you just scrolled, I'd still be on this week probably.
Well, like I said, I don't post anything. I just get tagged in shit.
Look, that's one of the worst things too is when you go to somebody's page because you want to show somebody like a meme they had, and it's somebody that posts like 45 memes a day.
Yeah.
So you have to scroll for 7.5 minutes
like
to find
this.
the meme.
Oh, July 31st. That was my first day at
Of what year?
2017.
Oh my god.
That was my first day at Pebble Creek.
Oh. So you're like, new job, new Facebook page.
No, that was not my first post.
Tyler's first day at work, he was busy
You fuck
making a
up.
Facebook page.
I fucking swiped out of my profile, so I lost all my progress on my swiping.
Now you have to
That sucks.
do the marathon swipe again.
Yeah, basically. This is depressing.
Dude, I'm only at March.
I'm not even going to look because I know my first Facebook post on my profile is like 2010, dude.
This would be a lot easier if you could do like a reverse, like instead of like top to bottom, bottom to top. So
I
you
wonder
can
how
just see
many-
your photo. Like,
Is there like an app that would show you like how many likes have you gotten since you started Facebook? If you could guess how many people have liked your posts all together collectively since you started Facebook,
Yeah,
how many
solid,
likes do you think you would have?
like a solid like 13.
Like,
13.
like how many people or
Just
how many
likes. Just likes in general. It could be the same
Oh,
7 people liking all your statuses.
I would have a pretty decent amount just because I used to post a lot of shit.
Well, here's Tyler getting an egg smashed on his head.
That was not fun.
I feel like that should go on our page somewhere. So, anywho's. Amy, how you doing? What you got going on for the rest of this week? Gonna be gardening.
Yes.
You're gonna be doing some hoeing.
I'm gonna. I'm
Oh,
gonna be taking in
Twan.
some sun.
Yeah, dude, I'm only till February.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
while
post
these guys
news
are
much.
scrolling their Facebooks.
In
I'm
July
gonna-
2018
I'm
now.
gonna lay out and enjoy these warmer temperatures.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice this week. Hopefully, when you guys listen to this podcast, you'll be like, wow, he's right. It really is good out here.
It's going to be like snowing.
And you'll see why I should be the premier weather guesser in the city. You hear that, Steve Horsemeyer? Coming for your spot. Yeah.
Bitch.
In case you guys don't know, I don't really think the weathermen and women around here are very good at their jobs. There, I said it. I said it.
Anybody in particular?
Just, no.
Like
Just-
you got,
Yeah, I
you
think...
got, you got beef with Randy Rico.
Randy
He's
Rico.
got
I feel like
beef
she would beat me
with
up.
all
Steve
weather.
Horsemeyer is the only weather guesser that I know.
And I feel comfortable talking smack about Steve Horsemeyer because I feel like he can't beat me up.
I only remember him because
And Frank Marzullo isn't going to beat
Because
up
the-
anybody.
But he can because he's got like 7 or 8 dogs.
Oh yeah, he might release the
So
hounds.
yeah.
I just remember when he was announced as the weather guesser for that channel, they had the
The weather guesser.
See, it's catching on. Everyone is doing it.
yeah they had
The
the
weather
they had
guessers.
those old commercials when like they were making us surprise who he was, and they would do the shh, and then you caught
Oh, I
on
remember that.
the SH was Steve Horsemeyer.
Yeah. And we were all so stupid, like, what are they talking about?
What is shh?
I don't know. It's a secret, I guess. Yeah, dude. I feel like that's their job is to guess the weather. I mean, I know it's an educated guess, and I get that, but I have another educated guess too. You can like look out the window. You can like look in the sky. I feel like there's lots of ways to tell us what the weather's going to do.
But
Lots of ways to tell us what the weather's going to be.
looking out your window is not going to say,
It won't tell
oh,
me what it's
there's
going to be
a
this
tornado,
weekend. Sure.
there's a hurricane,
But if every single
there's a dust
forecast I say,
storm.
I won't rule out a pop-up shower.
I've given
Well,
up
I
on the
can
Facebook
do that
thing.
freaking forecast. Friday, guess what, guys? It's going to be beautiful Friday, except for I won't rule out a possible rain
Pop-up
shower
shower.
somewhere. Just want to put that out there. So you heard it here first, guys. The 4-day advanced weather forecast, which you guys will be experiencing when you listen to this. So hopefully I'm right. But have your umbrella, because I can't rule out a scattered shower.
Also, wear a hazmat suit because we can't.
Yeah, I mean, there could be a poisonous gas train wreck.
Yeah, nobody knows except me.
We would be predicting
Maybe.
the news then. Whoa. Let's really hope that no trains derail full of gas on this weekend, because that would be.
Yeah, save it for next
They're
week.
gonna come asking questions.
Or ever.
I
Really.
would
Yeah, I mean that'd be good
Just
if
this
it didn't
weekend.
happen at all. Yeah.
I feel like one of these weekends we gotta do that.
What?
Why? I mean, why would you say that?
Because we were predicting the news. Possibly.
Potentially.
Potentially.
What did he say?
He's like, possibly a bunch of people might die.
I didn't say that. I didn't say there would be
Well, I
any
mean,
casualties
he's
whatsoever.
Not wrong.
I just
Just
said
a lot of
You're
wildlife.
talking about a derailment of
of a gas truck. It doesn't mean a lot of people are going to die. It could happen in Idaho. Nobody lives in Idaho.
It happens in North
There's
Dakota
people in
where
Idaho.
there's like 7 people who live in the
Isn't
entire
there-
state.
How do you think we get the fucking potatoes?
What's
Yeah,
a
that's why I said North.
potato?
Potato.
That's why I said North
I
Dakota.
don't
What's,
feel like they have potatoes on the same trains as gas.
But they're growing potatoes. There's people in Idaho.
So they'll sell them
that means if
pre-cooked.
something like that happens, then people could die.
once again, North Dakota, great option.
North Dakota.
What do we
There's
get from?
people everywhere?
If you're going to wreck your train, what a better place to wreck your train than North Dakota?
Florida.
Florida.
Florida kind of
They've
deserves
got all
it.
their own problems.
They kind of
already, though.
deserve it,
That's all
though.
terrible.
I feel like if you wrecked a train in Florida, that like
That wouldn't
People
even make
would
like
be
the
like-
front page.
people, yeah, it wouldn't make the front page at all. There'd be way too many Florida man things happening. What is it about that place that makes people lose their damn gourds?
I don't know, but I want to go there.
I've been there plenty times. I got ripped off there. I like there's parts of Florida
Was it-
I already wish would fall into
Did
the
you
ocean,
get
but
your face eaten off by
No.
another person? in
no
Florida?
bath salt attacks for me
But
while
have-
I was in
Have
Florida.
you tried
Is
to
that
look
still a
up?
thing? Does that still happen? You don't hear
It is
about
funny how all of a sudden nobody's eating
Well,
anybody's
they're
face,
They're all
isn't
dead.
it? Like, I mean,
What's up with this lack of
Yeah.
face eating?
where did all the bath salt guys go?
They,
Because Walking
all their
Dead-
faces are eaten. All
Yeah.
I mean, look,
Dead's over.
there's all kinds of drugs out there that will fuck up your whole life, and people still do them knowing they will fuck up their whole life. Why did they stop doing bath salts just because it makes you eat people's
Maybe they
faces?
just stopped making bath salts.
No, you can still buy bath salts.
Is that what they're doing? They're not taking like bath bombs and smoking them, right? There's something else,
Yeah,
right?
It's
Tide
something
Pods.
else.
God, I know nothing about drugs.
It's Tide Pod.
I don't know what it is,
Ask
but I
John
know it's
Legend.
not like it's not like your
Ask them what the hip new
bubble
drug
time
is
bath
these days.
salts. Like it's not that. That's
And then
absolutely.
clear your
Hey,
cookies
Google.
because it's government.
What is the hip new drug today?
I found this on the web.
Boo, John.
Thanks, you're making me read it
Do
myself.
your job.
Ask him what his favorite drug is.
Adderall, apparently. Oh, not John Legend. Hold on.
John Legend does Adderall?
Hey Google,
Confirmed.
does John Legend use Adderall? Yeah, he's not going to answer that.
Yeah.
Don't want to
My lawyers
The
have asked
silence.
me not to speak on
incriminate
that subject.
himself.
Hey Google,
We know what you're up to, John.
what's your favorite color?
Brown reminds me of the color of Chrissy Teigen's eyes. I feel inexplicably drawn to her.
What a sucker.
Ask him what his social security number is. It's your mom's maiden name.
What's your mom's maiden name?
I feel very compelled to say I've got a special someone, but I'm not totally sure why.
What?
Okay, guys, you've heard it here
Wait.
first. John Legend is
Send that to
insane.
Chrissy Teigen.
Way to be fucking cryptic, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I think we need to
This
find a
should
new
be a segment. You
a new
realize that, right?
voice guy.
We should actually think about things to ask him. Ask him beforehand to make sure that they work properly.
No.
And then have a segment.
Half the fun is just the random guessing to see what happens.
Yeah, people are probably out there in podcast land,
They're on the
like
edge.
making bets on.
They're
whether
on
or
the
not,
edge of their
Can you,
seats
can you
listening
change
to
the
this.
voice?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We might need to get a new celebrity voice. He just happened to be the
Oh,
guest
there's something
voice
soothing about his voice.
at the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially
it's John
talking,
Legend.
especially talking about Adderall.
Yeah, I feel like John.
Ask
John
him what
actually
time
did.
it is.
Ask him what time it is. He's just gonna say what it says on my phone.
Tell him to sing.
It's 1:12 in the morning.
Tell him to sing.
Ask him.
It's his job.
Ask him who let
Hey,
the dogs
Google.
out.
Sing.
Who let the dogs out?
I wish I could tell you, but that song never did reveal who.
You're a funny guy.
Shout out to John.
You're funny, John.
Ask John Legend what Nick.
There must be a funny bone somewhere in my software.
What?
John Legend?
Ask him what Nick
Android?
Cannon is doing right now.
What Nick Cannon is doing?
Ask him what Nick Cannon's up to.
What's Nick Cannon up to?
I found this on the web.
Oh.
Yeah, he don't want to talk about Nick Cannon. They had a falling out. They're not friends anymore. It's all good, John.
I still think you should ask him for his social.
I don't think John Legend is going to give us his social security
never
number.
know.
All right.
Ask him what his ATM number is.
What's your ATM number?
No.
John, come on. Help us out. Buddy.
Bitch.
What's your social security number, John Legend?
You gotta say Google, don't you?
Hey, Google. What's your social security number?
According to Citizen Path, if you have a social security
I
number,
don't need to know what a social security number is, John. You're a clever guy.
We need yours.
on tax return.
Okay. That's been 5 minutes with John
Ask him
Legend.
how he met Chrissy Teigen.
Nobody wants to know that, Twan.
We'll save
I
that
wanna
for
see
the
if he
next
says it.
episode.
Hey, Google. How did you meet Chrissy Teigen?
Here's what I found on the web.
Oh, you don't even meet... That's a ripoff. We're not talking to John Legend anymore.
Bitch.
But
Yeah,
notice
change it.
that he
John's
wanted
fired.
to check to see if he said the right thing or not, so that means Twan knows.
No,
Oh.
I don't know.
Twan is in love
Were you
with
there?
her.
You
Chrissy-
said it. You said you wanted to see. if
Twan
he
was inside
said
the
it
cake.
So, Twan, if you had a chance to steal Chrissy Teigen away from John Legend and then face the wrath of John Legend afterwards,
I mean,
would you do it?
yeah.
And what do you think the wrath of John
I don't
Legend
know. He's
would be?
basically Harold. So.
I just imagine him chasing you with a knife while singing.
Do you think he would lose his shit and like totally snap, or do you think he'd just go write a
I
song?
mean, he's John Legend.
like he'd just go walk off to the basement like, baby, start singing, playing his piano.
He'd call up the dude for Boys to Men, like, I need
Right.
you.
Yeah, he write a platinum album real quick and give you credit on it.
So basically just go full Taylor Swift.
Robin Thicke.
Yeah. Lost without you. Anyway, this won't become a singing podcast.
I think it should.
Yeah, that'll be a different show. We'll just sing the whole episode. That'll be our opera episode.
Are we going to,
Welcome to
If we're-
episode 10!
if we're going to have an opera episode, does that mean that for the auditions, they have to have an opera segment in their audition?
No, that's aiming way too high. We
I
don't
mean-
want our guests to think they have to be able to sing.
We got to
be
make
honest.
sure they harmonize with us if we're doing that opera episode.
True. But we'll work that out.
Okay.
Details.
So,
Send
you
in.
want to tell them about our future guest?
Well, that's still being confirmed and worked on. So
Oh, so it's hush hush.
no, we just kind of came up with it today, and we're still trying to figure it out the total process. But it'll hopefully
So we got
end
some,
up with
we got some things in the
some
works.
talent
Let's just
showing
say.
up on this show for a change.
Also, we also might have another Tinder girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
potentially.
me and Rick
Tinder.
spoke to one earlier.
Is she a Tinder girl or a tender girl?
What is it? It's Tinder, right?
Yeah, see, now you're confused. Everybody's making fun of me. It's Tinder, Twan. Tinder.
Yes. It's Tinder. It's an I.
We've got like a whole plethora of ladies
Plethora.
that have just been coming out of the Franklin woodwork.
Yeah, Luke would be
This one's
loving
not
this.
from
If,
Franklin.
Not
this
from
one's
Franklin.
Coleraine.
No way.
Yeah, the one we was talking to earlier.
Local?
Yeah. Act like you don't know. We were talking to her.
I didn't
earlier.
know she was from Coleraine, though.
Yeah.
just
You hear that, Luke?
assume Franklin.
Luke, man, you can't stand her up. Can't stand up this next one. You got to be here. But, you know, whatever. All right. So, guys, I think that's about it for this episode. And this was totally a great experience. And I'm glad I got to live this hour.
as with every hour that I've
Flawless.
ever lived.
Flawless, Rick.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
from
did we
what?
did we do the poll? I don't remember.
Yeah, we got the polls on. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good, man. We're good.
Polls are in position. Come on, get dancing.
And here, really, this week we're going to start.
Bonus content.
We're going to do the polls a little sooner so that you may get confused when you see two separate polls. But just take the damn poll.
Speaking of bonus content,
Yeah.
there may be bonus content.
There may be bonus
Yeah.
content, or may there not be.
There may not be.
Words are difficult.
Oh man. So anyway, from all of us to all of you, have a good week. See ya.
Wow.